All right, item number 6. Michael Johnson's strength of schedule. So the Menace takes on Diego Ferreira this weekend in the main card opener. And I want to read you the list of opponents Michael Johnson has faced in the UFC since entering the organization through The Ultimate Fighter. Jonathan Brookins, Edward Fololato, Paul Sass, Shane Roller, Tony Ferguson, Danny Castillo, Miles Jury, Riza Madadi, Joe Lozon, Gleison Tebow, Melvin Gillard, Edson Barbosa, Benil Dariush, Nathan Diaz, Dustin Poirier, Habib Nurmagomedov, Justin Gaethje, Darren Elkins, Andre Fili, Artem Lobov, Josh Emmett, Stevie Ray, Thiago Moises, Clay Guida, Alain Patrick, Jamie Malarkey, Mark Jacasey, and Diego Ferreira. That's a slate, man. I'm not a huge college football guy. I'm not a huge American college sports guy, but those analysts, those folks talk about strength of schedule all the time, right? When you're ranking teams, you look at strength of schedule, not just wins and losses. That is an insane strength of schedule. And I don't care what the wins and losses total is for Michael Johnson through that. You fight that level of competition. You fight that many tough outs. That tells you who that person is, win or lose. And there's some wins in there that I mentioned those names, and I'm sure people forget some of these wins. Michael Johnson was the last guy to defeat Tony Ferguson before he went on his 12-fight winning streak. He beat Dustin Poirier in Hidalgo, Texas, before Dustin Poirier had his resurgence at light heavyweight. He's had some good wins. He's had some really good performances, and it's been a lot of tough outs. Like you can't hold it against him that he lost to Khabib, that he lost to Justin Gaethje in Gaethje's debut, where he had moments where he had Gaethje on skates. This is a dude that has been around for more than a decade, fighting the toughest competition possible. And if you want to say those early names, fine. Those first, even if, like, to me, it's just the second name. It's just Edward Fololato. Outside of that, it's good dudes. It's good fighters. It's good competition. Paul Sass was a menace. Shane Roller was better than anybody remembers. Former NCAA All-American wrestler from Oklahoma State, I believe, part of the Cowboy crew, WEC ties, all of that stuff. Miles Jury was good back in the day. Gleison Tebow is still doing things. Melvin Gillard, before he fell off, went down to featherweight, and faced Darren Elkins, Artem Lobov, Andre Fili, and Josh Emmett. Like, that's a 4-pack at featherweight. That's pretty damn tough. And I'm not even a dude that'll sit out here and tell you that Artem is way better than his record, but Artem is still a tough out. And now he's come back up to lightweight, and he's gone 2-1 in his last 3 since returning. I could make the case that he beat Jamie Malarkey in that one loss. It was a split decision. And if he goes out and beats Diego Ferreira on Saturday and makes it 2 straight, 3 of his last 4, every single soul in that building and watching at home should tip their cap to Michael Johnson, because he's still here. And as much as some people will say, oh, these guys get these records and they have these successes and it's just longevity is hard. Lasting this long is hard. Sticking around and still being competitive at this level against these types of fighters, against these men and women, is difficult. And we need to talk about that more. We need to acknowledge those things more and praise the fighters that are able to do it. Everybody wants to find ways to cut these cards down, to cut these men and women down, to cut at the UFC. Let's raise up people like Michael Johnson that have been doing it at the highest level against the best competition possible for a decade. It's hard, and they deserve our praise. They deserve our recognition. They deserve our respect. Let's give it to them.